So let me tell you about this dream I had last night. I dreamed that my family and I were hanging out, and my grandpa was there, just kind of walking around, hands in his pockets, which I thought was kind of weird because my grandpa died a couple of weeks ago, and that was my first clue. I thought, it's cool to have grandpa here, but I remember being a pallbearer at his funeral not so very long ago. The other thing that was kind of weird about my grandpa being there was the fact that he was walking around. The last couple of years, he hasn't been able to do much walking. He's been kind of stuck in his walking chair, hasn't been able to stand upright. But this was a grandpa of mine that was maybe 10 or 15 years younger than the one that would be hanging out with us these days. So I began to really question what was going on, and as I did, suddenly all these old acquaintances of mine that I hadn't seen in years and years showed up, and they tried to convince me that the reason I could see my old grandpa was because I was in fact dead myself. And if I didn't sign this contract right away, I would not be able to get a good job. I needed to join their team with a contract, or I was going to be forever lost in the afterlife. Well, I would thought that seemed a little hinky, and I didn't want to do it at all. So they started offering me all of these ancient Roman coins made out of gold, which didn't seem that, comforting at all. It just seemed a lot weirder. So I started trying to turn it down, get away from them, and I wanted nothing to do with their contract and whatever they would bind my eternal soul for. So the only way I could find to get away from these guys was to jump into a Suburban that was driven by none other than Matthew Warburton. No. Patrick Warburton, the guy who played the Tick on TV in the live action Tick. He was driving around, and I said, I got to get out of here. If I don't get out of here, these guys are going to sign me up. And there's a friend of mine who I would like to be on my team later when we're both dead, but he's still alive, and I don't want him to join up. And he's like, okay, I can get you out of here. And I told him to keep his eyes on the road because I knew that if he didn't, he was going to run over my friend. And so he turned around to me and he said, I'm a great driver. There's no way I would... And he ran over my friend. If you like this wolf I've shucked and would love to shuck one of your own, please do so in the comments, and I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you.